Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Set, 30 base. Hey, wahoo!
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, it's time to Hey, let's go. It's time to crash. You're not ready.
Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Pull it high.
Shift, watch the shift.
2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Set, ready.
Mike 58, right there. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Let's go. 58, boy, 58.
On first down, McGee. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a handoff working right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Hey, exit.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, we are smooth.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Dre. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Come on now. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, Foxtrot.
Come on, D. 58, boys, 58, Mike.
Back to throw here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves, despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's McGee. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Got it. 58, 58, Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 42-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's set a tone. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. He'll drop to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
58 for Mike. Crunch time, defense. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Oh, you got deep? Shift. Switch.
They'll drop the throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
58.
Looking to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
51 for Mike. Hey, watch your leg.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Set, ready? 50, plant.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
5.
You got 4.
5.
Second and 14. Going for it all. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike, 58, right there. They gonna need some therapy after this.
On 2nd down, it's McGee trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
132 fighter.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Check, orbit.
Check.
Hit it.
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
Hey, Echo.
Out. Hey, alert.
Look at me. Door. General West.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
1st and goal from 1-yard line.
Set. 18 Gators.
Watch tight end.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. An extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the pressure gets to him again. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. Chargers have scored again, so they are really opening it up. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Forced out to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, wahoo.
Every day, any day.
3, 218, chopper.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 50.
Get it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
At the 26-yard line.
Ready?
Watch right, watch right, watch right. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Greystone, travel.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Tighten up.
Snap.
They'll look to throw here on first down. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
61, matchbox, lights.
Hey, let's go. It's time to practice. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And spins away. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. The play-action fake, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Team 6.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Check the out, check the out, check the out. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Yeah, you don't want none.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Come on,
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Topper!
Check the backer, check the backer.
Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
70, Indy.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Hey, here we go. He's crashing.
Hit it.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bradley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he's got his tight end. That's Dre. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Hey, exit.
Second and 10. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 10 yards out. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 22 yards there, a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 50.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Crunch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
He'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
We got 4. We got 4.
call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So the victory here for Seattle. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis,